want to cover high cholesterol with you right now, also called hyperlipidemia or elevated blood lipids, elevated blood fats, all sorts of names for them. But basically, it means your cholesterol is high. Cholesterol being high is actually very common in our country. Roughly 12 to 15% of adults have high blood pressure. High lipids. That's defined as a total cholesterol greater than 240 milligrams per deciliter. And it's estimated that 18 to 20% of adults have a low HDL or good cholesterol. That's defined as less than 40 milligrams per deciliter. That's very important. That good cholesterol is very indicative of future vascular and heart health. Cholesterol is a very important item in your body. It's not a bad guy per se. The way high cholesterol affects your arteries and makes them narrower, limiting blood supply to important organs like your brain and your heart, is if the vascular wall is insulted or has an injury. And the way I like to look at it, if here's my vessel and I eat a high inflammatory diet, a lot of sugars, a lot of processed foods, I don't exercise much, I have high insulin levels due to insulin resistance or diabetes, it's like razor blades going through my arteries and cutting them. Well, cholesterol is then sent in to bandage or plug those holes and razor cuts. That's what cholesterol does. Well, over time, if your diet never gets better, if you never exercise, your stress is high, your insulin levels are high, more and more razor blades are flying by and cutting those arteries, and cholesterol just builds up, builds up, builds up. And before you know it, you have a blockage. And that's called a heart attack when it happens in your heart. It's called a stroke when it happens in your brain. It's called erectile dysfunction when it happens down there, men. It causes kidney disease because all these organs need blood. And if it's limited by that cholesterol, again, cholesterol is not the bad guy, it's a result of a poor lifestyle, then we have issues. The standard treatment in America is statin drugs, so Lipitor, atorvastatin, Crestor, rosuvastatin, all sorts of different ones out there. They've been around for a long time, and they do lower the number. It's a great question if they help prevent a primary insult to your heart or brain, but we know they definitely help after you've had an insult to your brain or heart with the statin drugs. So that's something to talk to your doctor about, whether you're a candidate or need that cholesterol drug. The natural way to treat cholesterol and keep it low is keep that inflammation low. The way you eat, how much you move, keeping stress controlled, keeping your sleep on the good side, having good healthy relationships with those around you, people you work with, those you love. Those are all the things that prevent high cholesterol and issues. If you have a high cholesterol number, I'd encourage you to look at it in more detail so you can find a nutritional, supplemental, and exercise intervention and not just rely on drugs. You do that by doing something called an NMR panel or a VAP panel with your functional medicine doctor who will understand that. Also looking at inflammatory markers in the blood, oxidative stress markers in the blood. That's how we approach high cholesterol in a functional medicine way. There's a lot more to it than just looking at cholesterol numbers, putting you on a drug, and hoping it helps you in the future. It's a big picture, just like everything in health, takes your daily involvement, daily activity, and being conscious of what crosses your lips. Hopefully this was helpful.